Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Last century, my uncle as an engineer was sent by the government to study overseas. In his chemistry class, an Australian girl saw many Chinese students doing their experiment together, and she asked them about the instruction. These super smart students started passing the buck. You go and talk to her. No, you talk. Eventually, this poor girl didn't get any information from any one of them. But now, I'm glad to see that the isolation witnessed by my uncle is becoming a theme of the past. In the 21st century, as our nation becomes so powerful and the world becomes ever so connected, the responsibility for us is to welcome cross-cultural communication and promote international cooperation. Simply connecting students with the foreign nations is far from enough. We should not stand still, but step forward. I know that something has changed, as the young generation already starts communication. This winter holiday, I participated in the National High School Debate League. When I was leading a group discussion with people from different countries, I heard a foreign student reach out saying, "You're not like a typical Chinese student at all." I smiled. "So what should a Chinese student be like?" He then replied, "Well, I guess unsociable, broken English, and not leadership material." To my surprise, you are nothing like that. I know that something has changed. The responsibility for us is not only about initiating conversation, but stepping further to bring understanding and spirit of collaboration to the world. Recently, a friend of mine just designed a group project along with students from Japan. The multinational company which my sister worked for has employees speaking 10 different languages. China acts in the spirit of win-win cooperation, as the Belt and Road Initiative unites over 60% of the world's population, shaping a brighter shared future. Ladies and gentlemen, to challenge stereotypes that we've been locked in for decades, we must shoulder the responsibility to communicate and cooperate with people from all over the globe. For a country with such a rich Asian history and cultural confidence, we have so much to share with the world. In this new era, as a confident Chinese student, proudly I state, we connect, we communicate, and we cooperate. I know it's time to change. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 37. Now you've picked topic number 32 for the impromptu speech. Online education is becoming really popular. Do you think it will challenge the position of traditional education?
Thank you. As a student, I could actually highly relate to this topic. Yesterday, when I was chatting with my friend, she described the online course on economy as fabulous. However, in my humble opinion, I don't believe that the online education will challenge the position of traditional education, because the traditional education has its own unique characteristic, and I have two reasons to support. First reason, the traditional education will easily create an atmosphere of discussion and cooperation, while the online education cannot. The key difference between online education and the traditional education is that the online education is more individual and personal, while the traditional education is we can study together and we can have a direct conversation with our teachers and our classmates. So I've tried to actually chat with my online virtual classmates, but I don't think it's so cool. And second reason to support is that the traditional education can help the students to focus on their study more. So they can actually concentrate on their study more. Because most of the time, we have our online courses at home. At home, there are so many distractions. And I think that's why so many university students prefer to stay in the library to prepare their final exam rather than just staying in their dormitory, having ice cream, and playing video games at the same time. In conclusion, since traditional education, firstly, it can easily create an atmosphere of discussion and cooperation. And secondly, is that the traditional education can help students concentrate and focus more on their study. I firmly believe that the traditional education position won't be challenged by the online education. Thank you.
Good afternoon, contestant number 37. You believe that we need to create understanding and cooperation, and as a country, China has much to offer.
Yes.
My question is, if you could introduce to the world one thing about China, what would it be? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. If I have a chance to introduce one thing to the world, I would definitely choose the Chinese traditional music. I've been playing the Chinese traditional musical instrument, erhu, for 12 years. And I think since music is such an international language for telling a story, it is really good for us to introduce our Chinese stories and history by the medium of Chinese traditional music. For example, you don't actually know who Beethoven really is, but if you fall in love with his music, you will try to find and to explore that time period and to explore his life story. So in conclusion, I believe that traditional music is a really good way and really easy way for us to introduce our Chinese stories to the world. Thank you.
Good afternoon, contestant number 37.
Good afternoon.
In your speech, you talked mainly about the benefits of traditional education. Can you talk more about why online education can be a good thing for some people?
Thank you for your question. I think under no circumstance can we overlook the benefits that online education brings to us. The first and also the most important thing is that the online education gathers the most useful or the best resource from the world. We don't have a certain teacher anymore. We have the best professors, we have the best lecturers from the world, and we can listen to the economic course and listen to those geography course at any time and with whoever we want to have. So first benefit is that we can have the best teacher from the world. And secondly is that we can actually have this course anytime we want, because this is online course, and most of the time the online videos are recorded and we can actually review these courses anytime we want. While in those traditional education courses, when teachers finish their courses, we can hardly have time or have the access to its courses. So I think the online education has mainly two benefits. It collects the best resources from the world, and we can also have the course anytime we want. Thank you.
Thank you, contestant number 37.